I wonder what the other people in that synagogue in Capernaum did when the possessed man entered and made a scene. You know, I suspect that they all ran away. And I think people got very impressed with Jesus precisely because he remained cool, even when the possessed man spoke very aggressively and tried to intimidate him. You know, I used to be afraid of barking dogs. Sorry. I used to be afraid of barking dogs until I became a dog lover myself. I realized that when dogs get aggressive with strangers, they are actually the ones that are feeling intimidated by the presence of those strangers. They are more afraid of you than you are of them. And they can sense your fear also. And the more you react to them with fear, the more they react to you with aggressiveness. And if you run away, they will run after you. But if you are a dog lover, you would know how to assure a dog that you mean no harm. You will just stay cool and let the dog bark on. Because you are not reacting with fear or you're not running away, the moment the dog realizes that you are not attacking it, it will gradually come near you. It will continue barking, but it will start smelling you up close. And eventually, it stops barking. And when it wags its tail, that is the dog's way of saying, "Oh, okay, I thought you wanted to hurt me." And by then, you can already pat the dog, and it will lick your finger, and you become a newfound friend. You know, sometimes even when the person might in fact be able to cause you harm, like people who might be suffering from mental illness, you try to understand their circumstances and you refuse to take offense, whatever they might say or do. Pag pumatol ka nga naman sa merong diferensya sa pag-iisip, baka may diferensya ka rin. Kapag ganon, sasabihin mo, pagpasensyahan natin siya. Wala siya sa sarili niya. And just because people are capable of abusing us verbally or of inflicting physical harm on us does not mean that they are evil themselves. We distinguish between the action and the person, between the sin and the sinner. Ang tawag dito ay the perspective of mercy. It prevents us from hating anybody in this world. And it teaches us to treat even those people who behave obnoxiously, to treat them with understanding, with patience, and even forgiveness. Kasi napaka-importanting doktrina para sa ating mga Kristiyano ang maniwala na wala namang likas na masamang tao dito sa mundo. Unfortunately, maraming hindi naniniwala doon. Minsan nga, tawag natin sa ibang tao, masasamang loob. Lahat naman tayo likas na mabuti. Pero siyempre, sa loob at labas natin, ay laging may labanan ng iba't ibang impluensya. At meron ding labanan ng mabuti at masama. because we are ourselves spiritual beings, we have to learn how to deal with good and evil around us and even within us. Ang mga evil spirits, parang virus din yan. Andyan lang sa paligid. Pwedeng dumapo sa'yo o pwedeng pumasok sa katawan mo. Pero walang epekto pag malakas ang resistensya mo. In our COVID vocabulary, you remain asymptomatic. Yun nga lang, pag carrier ka, pwede mong ipasa sa iba. At kung mahina ang resistensya nila, minsan mas matindi ang epekto sa kanila kesa sa iyo. That's why we try to be mindful of each other. Kung merong physical viruses dito sa mundo, meron ding spiritual viruses. Kung may physical immunity, mayroon din tayong spiritual immunity. Kung nangangailangan yung katawan natin ng pagkain, kailangan din ng rest, exercise, at iba pa, in order to keep ourselves physically fit, abay kailangan din natin ng spiritual nourishment. Kailangan din natin ng rest and exercise of the spirit in order to keep ourselves spiritually fit, because we can also get sick spiritually. Our gospel today describes spiritual sickness or spiritual illness as a situation of being possessed or being under the spell of evil spirits. Hindi naman lahat ng sakit na dumadapo sa tao ay sakit pang katawan o physical illness. Nagkakasakit din ang diwa. Nagkakasakit din ang isip at kaluluwa ng tao. Kung minsan masama ang nararamdaman mo, hindi dahil masakit ang katawan mo, kundi dahil masakit ang loob mo. At minsan mas matinding sakit iyon. Pwedeng malusog ang pangangatawan ng tao pero may diferensya ang kaluluwa. Minsan mukhang ayos sa panlabas pero wala sa sarili. Salamat na lang na isabatas na dito sa Pilipinas yung mental health law. Kasi daw, ayon sa research, mababa ang awareness ng mga Pilipino sa mental health. Abay, kung mababa ang mental health awareness natin, baka mas mababa ang spiritual health awareness natin. Isa sa mga pinakamalaganap na sakit na dulot ng stress at mga trauma sa mga tao ay depression. May mga taong dahil sa depression, parang feeling nila wala nang sense ang buhay nila. And when the depression gets really serious, ang iba sa kanila ay pwedeng mag-develop ng suicidal tendencies. They have to be protected from themselves. Ang iba dahil sa tindi ng mga pinagdaanan sa buhay ay nakakagamit ng iba't ibang paraan para takasan ng katotohanan. Merong nalululong sa bisyo, alak, sugal, pornography, droga, at nagiging addict. Pero hindi ibig sabing masamang tao sila. They are just suffering from a disorder. Nawawala lang sila sa sarili nila. And we can only help them if we try first of all to understand where they are coming from or what they might be going through and how we can be there for them. How we can help liberate them from their mental captivity or even spiritual captivity. Ito nga yung sinasabi kong the Christian perspective of mercy and compassion. When we learn to see other people, including those who might have hurt us, including those who do us harm, when we learn to see them as fellow sufferers, katulad lang natin silang mga tao na may pinagdadaanan, then, pag nakita natin sila from that perspective, we will learn to respond to them with Christian charity. Meron akong kakilala na wala sa katinuan ng anak niya. Kuminsan nagiging violent ang anak, lalo't kapag nawawala sa sarili. Sariling nanay niya, nasasampal niya o nasasabunutan niya. Pero kahit ganun yung anak, pinapakain pa rin siya ng nanay niya. Pinaliliguan pa rin siya. Binibihisan pa rin siya. Kahit may violent tendencies ang anak. Nakausap ko yung nanay na yon. Ang sabi ko, bilib naman ho ako sa inyo. Napaka-martir ninyo. Hindi ho kamartiran yun. Anak ko siya eh. Sino pang mag-aalaga sa kanya? Sino pang makakaintindi sa kanya? Alam ko naman, hindi siya masama. May pinagdadaanan lang siya. Mas madaling magmahal kapag ang minamahal mo'y normal, mabait, matino, maayos ang pag-iisip. Nasusubok ang pagmamahal natin sa mga taong wala sa katinuan. Kapag kaya pa rin natin silang unawain, pagmalasakitan, o tulungang makabawi sa pinagdadaanan, kapag kaya pa rin natin silang damayan, alalayan, at paglingkuran para sila gumaling o makalaya sa umaalipin sa kanila o makabalik sa sarili. And ibig sabihin, alagad na nga tayo ng Panginoong Hesukristo.